What's going on, guys? Last Mook review of the year. I just want to say before we get into it, I hope that this past year you guys have really enjoyed the Mook reviews. I've been doing them a lot more regularly than I had kind of in the past. Been trying to do them once every weekend. So I hope that you guys have been enjoying them. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of the Mook reviews. Do you like them? Do you normally skip them? Is there certain ones that you like more than others? Let me know. This one is going to be one that is going to stay on my desk probably for a lot of 2024 as well, because it's going to be very useful for me working on my entry for GBWC. This one is the Gundam Weapons Mobile Suit Unicorn Over the Rainbow Special Edition. So it's going to be all Unicorn stuff and all like the later part of the Unicorn series. So that's why here on the front you can see the Full Armor Unicorn, the Banshee Norn, and the Neo Zeon there on the front. So kind of like mobile suits towards the end of the series, but I think we're going to see like kind of a lot of stuff here from Gundam Unicorn, and it's a quite thick one here as well. Let's see, how many pages we got here? 197, so basically 200 pages here of Unicorn goodness in model kit form. Let's go ahead and check it out here for today's Mook review. Alright, so because we've got so much in here, let's just get right into it. Underneath the first kind of dust jacket there, just kind of like our titling. Underneath the main dust jacket, just the titling without the image. And as we can see, it looks like we've got a fold out poster there of the Full Armor Unicorn. That's the 100 scale master grade. Looking very nice there. On the back, we do have some more here of the Neo Zeon there as a fold out. It's not like a poster one that's like perforated that you're meant to take out. I guess just one that you can pull out there to have a much larger image, but there's the HGUC Neo Zeon, and then over here, over the rainbow there with the Full Armor Unicorn, or the Awakened Unicorn anyway, with the green Zygo frame here facing off with the Neo Zeon. Now real quick, before we get into it, just around to the back side here, we've got the Shinanju, and the MSRP here for this one at 2,800 yen, very reasonable, about $25 for this. Like I said, for about 200 pages, it's not too bad at all. All right, so in our table of contents here, we've got episode 6 and episode 7. So yeah, actually I didn't realize that it was actually sectioned by episode. So there we go. Another photo over here of the Neo Zeon without the legs, the fuel tank legs. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. So, all right, episode 6, starting off, we've got the Unicorn, the Full Armor Unicorn in Unicorn mode, and the Banshee Norn in Unicorn mode here. A whole bunch of stills from the anime, which I'm currently in the process of re-watching again, just for some preparation. And the Shinanju here, I'm not sure about the scale of these. This one looks to be, I think that's the MG. These ones I would guess are probably HGs. We'll see here in a second. So this is a 1/100 scale master grade here, model of the Shinanju. Looking really, really nice for this one. It's got some really interesting modifications here. Just some small modifications, nothing really too apparent, but I mean, if you look closely, there's just little bits here and there that are added, just little bits of detail, which do look very nice. So we do have some work in progress photos here. It looks like there was a little bit more work than maybe is immediately apparent. Here, a nice full work in progress shot over here, showing the entire kit unpainted. And it looks like there was work to basically make the shoulders a little bit larger, cut here, and then kind of extend it out on the shoulders there to make the shoulder armor larger. But cool to see a number of work in progress photos, also some comparison photos of like before and after there as well, so you can really see kind of exactly the work and modifications that were done that went in on this. So like I said, it's all going to be very useful, which would be good for reference. So a lot of really great photos here of like every which angle of the kit. That looks very nice. Okay, then we've got the HG Rosenzulu. Unfortunately, no master grade yet. Really, really hoping that we'll get a master grade of this someday. I'm not sure if that's ever going to happen. I think it would make a lot of sense for a RE100 Rosenzulu. Honestly, I think that would make a really nice companion to the master grade Shinanju. But yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen. So anyway, if any of you guys are wondering about the resin conversion kit that I have for making a 1/100 scale Rosenzulu, yes, I still have that resin conversion. No, I've not built it yet, so yeah, someday. It's a someday project on that one. But this one again has a nice collection of finished photos and then some work in progress and kind of before and after photos here as well. So you can see some of the different modifications that were made on this, but just a lot of refining for the most part, refining details, just some really nice paint work and everything. Got a Jesta cannon here as well. Now we do have a master grade, which was a P Bandai kit. This is the HG kit though. So here again, a nice mix of finished photos and work in progress photos up here to see some of the modifications. But a really nice looking HG Jesta cannon here on the next page. We've got a bunch more images here of that. One thing that I do love about the Jesta cannon, the Jesta as well, and the Jesta cannon in particular, is that beam rifle. The very, very big chunky beam rifle that it has. It's so cool. But and then here it is kind of without some of the additional armaments on the backpack and on the rifle, just with like the standard rifle, just a regular Jesta there, I guess is what I mean to say. And then the Banshee Norn in Unicorn mode, man. I love how the Unicorn looks, either the Banshee or the Unicorn, either one of them in Unicorn mode looks so nice just with that all black. In this case, it is actually like a black. A lot of times you'll see it in like a dark navy kind of color or a dark gray, which I think makes sense. And this probably also is not actually black. It's just a very, very, very dark gray, but it looks fantastic here with that gold. And then it does have, it looks like the backpack is slightly kind of dark blue. Oh no, that's the original kit. So this is before and after. So yeah, original kit looks like there, before and after. So yeah, this is the 144 scale kit here as well. And in all the information, I haven't mentioned about this just because, as you guys can see, all the information here is in Japanese. I'm sure there's a lot of really great information in there, including right here, we have sections of coloring data, which it looks like is specifically about like colors that were used for this. So a lot of really great information there. This one is another build here of the Banshee Norn in Unicorn mode, a little bit different one here. In this case, a little bit different colors for it, kind of mostly the same. It looks like this one, the gold is a much more yellowish kind of gold, still in kind of mostly black. The revolving launcher is added on this one. Yeah, it's here on this one too, but it's in like black on this one. In this case, it's like a blue, so just a little bit different version. It's cool to see like two different takes on the same model kit, just to see how the colors, just like slight changes in the colors can make a difference in just kind of how the model looks. So again, it's really great reference material. This one also features the, I think it's one, I don't think they're actually scaled, but they're about 1/48 scale, because I've seen people take this head and put it on the mega size Unicorn kit. So I think it's the same size, 1/48 scale. I think that's right, it's 1/48 scale. Anyway, the head bust model kit for the Banshee. All right, the Kshatriya Besarung, really cool, very interesting design here. This one is not one that we actually got a kit of, so we did get the Kshatriya repaired as an HGUC kit, and this is like kind of in between that. It kind of would have been cool if Bandai would have made a Besarung as like a P Bandai exclusive or something like that, just as like a variant of the Kshatriya repaired. But it's basically sort of like a even more stripped down version. So it doesn't have the beam axe arm, it doesn't have the giant fuel tanks on the back that the Kshatriya repaired has, but just kind of really interesting design here. This is, of course, just in 1/44 scale, modeled using the HGUC Kshatriya here. Again, really nice slight twist to the color scheme, with it being much more kind of pale green in color than the original kit. And then we've got the full armor Unicorn here. This is the 1/44 scale HG full armor Unicorn in Unicorn mode. Again, a lot of really nice photos here, images of that. This is another one. So again, nice to see the same model kit done slightly differently by two different modelers here, it looks like. Yeah, so you can kind of see there's a lot of stuff that's similar, but some things that are different there as well. So it's kind of cool to see. And we are so far almost 50 pages in, so we're about a quarter of the way in. Still a ton of more stuff to get through here. We've got the Type 89 base jabber. This is a 1/44 scale kit. There is a 100 scale version of this in the RE line, interestingly enough, but really cool to see this get like its own highlight, just because of like all the work you can see here in the before and after. A lot of refining work, adding like scribe lines and just all the painting and everything on this. Does look really nice. Here it is over here with a Jagan writing on top. And then the master grade Jesta is going to be here up next with a very interesting, much more kind of blue. It's normally blue, like a dark navy blue. This one is a little bit brighter blue than normal, which I think looks kind of nice there on the Jesta. Once again, a lot of nice finished photos and then a little bit of work in progress up there at the top of that guy. Another Justa here. This one also is the master grade. A little bit more kind of detailed version, it looks like, or at the very least it has a lot more decals on it, a lot more like obvious decals. You can see it looks a lot more kind of dotted with all these white decals around on the design. Interesting how that makes quite a big difference in the visual appearance. And this one is the master grade Justa cannon here. Looks very similar. Let's see if it's by the same person, I wonder. Nope, this one's by Keisuke Watanabe. This one is by Kenichi Nomoto. A really nice kind of production build here of the Justa cannon. Again, you can see a couple little details and things added here and there, mostly just kind of sticking to the original design, but some nice subtle modifications. So here's that Banshee bus. Let's see if it does that. Yes, this is a 1/48 scale. So yeah, interesting. He's added lights in here to the bottom of this, a battery pack and some wiring. LEDs is added in for the psycho frame and also for the eyes and the head camera. It's labeled here red, R and Y. I'm guessing that's red and yellow for the red LEDs for the eyes and the head camera, yellow for the psycho frame. So that's pretty cool. We've got it in both unicorn mode and in destroy mode. And it looks like he's left the V-fin in the clear orange. So the V-fin parts come in clear orange, and I think the parts that he's painted gold here for like the chin and the like collar piece right here, I believe those also come in clear orange, but he's painted those. He's left the V-fin in the clear orange, which looks pretty interesting. All right, so relatively short section there in comparison for episode 6. Now we're on into episode 7. You can see the Kshatriya repair, the Banshee Norn there in the background as well. Again, a bunch of stills there from the anime, and the full armor unicorn. This one looks like the master grade there, I believe. Yep, that's the master grade unicorn in full armor. And I think this is probably the one that we saw here at the start right there. This one does look really nice with a lot of like detail painting in and around on those weapons there. For example, got a whole section down here with coloring data, which looks really nice as well. So about some of the paints that were used. Again, some more nice photos over here. A bunch more photos. All right, so we've got it in unicorn mode and in destroy mode. Of course, the master grade kit is fully transformable. While people may lament that it's not the nicest transformation, obviously the RG and the PG did the transformation better. The master grade, it was nice. Here we got the final battle version of the full armor unicorn in 144 scale. Yeah, so in HD with the green psycho frame parts here, as you can see. Again, I think if you wanted a 144 scale full armor unicorn, I would highly recommend the RG. But the HG does look really nice. I think like the HG has some like issues here and there just in terms of like the engineering, like the build quality of it. But I think the mold of the HG is really, really nice. It's a really good looking mold of the unicorn. So I always think the HG is one of the best looking versions of the unicorn. We've also got the Type 94 base jabber, which is like the full armor unicorn's like base jabber here. This is the 1/44 scale version, which I think was a P Bandai release. I don't think it was. It was definitely not a standard release. But I think it was either a Gundam base exclusive or a premium Bandai release, something like that. Anyway, here that with the master grade it was included. With the HG it was not and sold separately, if I remember correctly. But here we've got it in a 1/44 scale again. So this is that's the high grade, and this one is also the high grade. So again, the same model kit done by two different modelers. So a great opportunity to once again see it done in a little bit different way. Kind of for those that to look kind of really closely to see exactly what's different, what's been done differently with those designs. But a ton of photos, which is nice, especially for a kit like this that just has a ton of parts. Nice to get a lot of photos in there. Then we've got the red psycho frame version here. Once again, this is the HG UC kit. Again, a lot of really great photos of that. The Banshee Norn here in destroy mode. This is the 100 scale kit, so this is the master grade kit, so it will be transformable. And here we have it in unicorn mode and in destroy mode here as well. Both looking very nice there. I really like the gold color used for that one. And then the same kit here, but in 1/44 scale. So that was the master grade. Here's the high grade. The high grade, again, like I said, I think the high grade, the design of it is really nice. It's not quite so long in the legs. It has some nice kind of bulk to it. a little bit, and a very nice head sculpt as well for the Unicorn in HGUC. So Banshee looking really cool here with the full gold for the Psycho frame rather than like a kind of orange-ish kind of color as it normally is. He just went like all gold with that, which looks really interesting. And the Kshatriya repaired here, a really cool kit with a custom weapon included in here as well, which is not, as I can remember, it was not included with the kit, right? I don't think the kit included this like triple Sturmfaust launcher. Pretty sure not, if I remember correctly, but it looks like that's just a custom made weapon maybe, but it certainly looks really cool there. He has some nice work in progress photos showing before and after. Assuming that that's a custom made weapon. Yeah, okay, so here it is. So yeah, you can see it's all just like a scratch build, kind of kit bashed there to make that, but it looks really cool. I don't remember it using that in the anime. I would assume that it did, and that's why he made it. But it's kind of interesting that it was unfortunately not included with the kit itself. All right, the Jagan Type D. So we've seen a lot of unicorns, a lot of Kshatriya. Now I think for the rest of this, there's going to be a lot of the other mobile suits that we've seen like in the last episode. So just kind of flipping through here, you can see it's kind of a lot of different stuff. And we're getting into that now here with the Jagan Type D with this very interesting camo pattern here on it for a kind of low visibility kind of color scheme here for this. It's the HG kit. Some work in progress over here. The sleeves Yakudoga. Here, this one is the Yakudoga that has one of the arms from the Gyaradoga and one of the arms from the Yakudoga, which if I remember correctly, with the RE100 kit, it included instructions on how to make this with the Master Grade kit, but unfortunately this was not released as a kit like that you can get like just like this. You just have to kit bash it yourself. Not a difficult kit bash to do, although I find that he did a good job making it look right in this one, but in kit form, the Gyaradoga arm, it's either the Gyaradoga or the Yakudoga. I don't remember which one, but one of them, like the one arm is much smaller looking than the other one. Maybe that's just because like the general design of it, I don't know, but it's a really cool version here of the Yakudoga. I'd really like this unicorn sleeves version of that. So that one came out looking really, really nice. Very cool. And the Rigelgu, yes, another one of my favorite designs here. I really love the Rigelgu design, and I really like this sleeves version. Although like the original version being red, and this one being in like this blue color scheme is pretty cool. I'm not really sure which one I would prefer. I don't know what you guys think. But this has it with the sleeves parts on there, as well as a lot of these are like the Zeon Remnants mobile suits, but the Rigelgu here looking very cool. This one is 1/144 scale, so obviously customized off of the HG Gelgug, and then it looks like for the Rigelgu parts, he actually used the old 80s kit. So while we do have a new kit of this, at the time I think that new HGUC kit was probably not released, so he had to use the parts from the 80s 1/44 scale Rigelgu kit and like combine them with the much newer HGUC Gelgug to make that. It's pretty cool. Got the Gazom here, which is a 1/44 scale Gazom conversion. Let's see, this is converted from what exactly? Oh, I think it's just the old 80s kit Gazom. Unfortunately, we don't have any more work in progress photos on this. That's it. If I remember correctly, there is a 1/44 scale 80s kit, which I'm guessing is what this is, but I don't know. It's definitely got some heavy modification, like been improved quite a bit. But that's really interesting, and unfortunately, like this is the only text that we get, just a little bit, and a lot of nice photos here. But that's it. It's a cool design though. The sleeves Bawu here as well, which I think would be similar to the Rebawu, which I don't think the Rebawu is not going to be in here because it wasn't in episode 7, but I guess maybe a little bit different, but it would be kind of similar to the Rebawu, right? Anyway. Cool color scheme there on that one. We do have the RE100, but this is the HG kit. Again, some nice work in progress photos to see the before and after, and some more here actually on the next page. More work in progress, more finished photos there of that pretty cool looking Bao. Yeah, nice. We got the Zaku 3 here. This is the HGUC kit of that. Interestingly, one of the very first HGUC kits in the line. Now you did make some new sleeves parts here for this, which it looks like those were probably just scratch built. If I can find a work in progress photo showing that. Yeah, it looks like those are probably just scratch built and added to there. But those look really nice. Pretty cool. For being such an old HGUC kit, it certainly takes a little bit more extra work, or a lot more extra work, to make it look as good as it looks here. But it came out looking very nice. All right, very interesting one here. The Gaigan. This is a 1/44 scale full scratch build here. I'm sure there's maybe a little bit of kit bashing going on, but mostly a scratch build of this very unique design, which did have a very brief appearance. You can see with the anime still right there. Brief appearance in episode 7. One of those that like showed up for a second and then it's gone. We got some more photos here of that with the Zaku 3 and the Rosen Zulu in there as well. Looks like that's the episode 7 version of the Rosen Zulu, which we probably will have in here. We've got the Stark Jagan. This is once again the HGUC version of that. Really nice work here done on this one. Continue down here to the next page. You can see again the before and after shots of that. The Girozulu guards type. Really nice build here. Love that like double bazooka that it has. The orange stripes is such a nice feature of this design on this color scheme, because it's a color scheme that's, you know, without that, it's a nice color scheme, just being this kind of two-tone green with the black and white accents on there, but that big big orange stripe on there is a very striking detail on that. So really like that aspect of this version of the Girozulu. Hopefully someday we'll get a master grade Girozulu, but for the time being, I mean, the HG kit is very nice. So we got a bunch more photos here of that as well, which is nice to see. Great looking mobile suit design. The Zissa, one that I was very surprised that actually got a HGUC kit release, but we have a HGUC Zissa. And there is also a, Double Zeta version of the Zissa as well. It should be like the yellow one, which I think is what this is. And the sleeves version is here. What's built is actually it's a customized one. So it's customized a bit there with the sleeves parts. We also have the addition of the Girozulu shield there for that as well. So pretty awesome looking design there. We have the Shazam Gallus, probably one of my favorite scenes there with the Zissa and the Shazam Gallus there in the anime. Really cool scene. It's got the Camphor style chain mine backpack. A cool kit though. I've not actually ever built this kit. Have you guys built the kit? I mean, it looks fun, but it's one of those HGs that I've just never had the opportunity to build one, but it does look really nice. This is the HGUC kit in 1/44 scale here, obviously with a bunch of work in progress photos up here showing like the shields and especially the backpack there, which is just the storage for the chain mine basically there for that. And the mobile suit which destroyed that mobile suit here, the Jagan Echoes type Conroy use here with its knife on the shoulder, the pistol, which is, where's that pistol that it has? There we go, right there in the next page. But yeah, a bunch of different weaponry here, including the grenades and the pistol, the knife, everything very cool. So some more shots of that. The HG, got the HG Gustav Karl here as well. One of those kits that was very cool, very interesting, although I'm not really sure how well it did, like sales-wise. Maybe not all that well, I don't know. Did you guys pick it up? Did you build it? What do you think about it? I think that it was a bit odd that it was such a, like this big bulky design, and then it had this just like teeny weeny gun. It's like, doesn't really seem like the right gun for that particular mobile suit, but I mean, like, that's what it uses. But I think definitely maybe customizing this with a little bit larger gun, I think could certainly make it look a bit more intimidating. Here's another build here of the Gustav Karl. Again, everything like the builds that we're seeing in here, while they're quote unquote custom, like in that they're customized but with like colors and details, they're not necessarily like kind of what we traditionally think of as like custom builds, because they're meant to be models of like the units that we see in the series. So I think like these Gundam Weapons books usually are like that. They're usually meant to be models of like the mobile suits as we see them in the series. So the colors might be a little different, the details would be a little bit different, but they're generally not super like customized, like kit bashing and all sorts of like crazy color schemes and things like that. It's not really what you're gonna see in a book like this. But here we got the Zeta Plus 1/44 scale HG kit. Here, looking really cool as well. Love this design. Some very nice details added here on that one, and a 100 scale master grade version of this. Interesting why they didn't feature Josh Dara's build in here, but fair enough. They went with this one here from Naoki Kimura, but that's a pretty awesome looking build there of the Zeta Plus. Getting towards the end here, just a number of builds left. Some more work in progress photos and transformed images there of the Zeta Plus. Very cool. The Silver Bullet, one of my favorites as well here. This is the HGUC. This is the Gale Chanyus version. There's a number of different versions of the Silver Bullet. I'm not sure if this is maybe my favorite version necessarily, but it's certainly any version of the Silver Bullet. I definitely like it a lot. I can highly recommend it. It's a fantastic, really fun HG kit, whichever version you get. There's, like I said, a number of them. And then we've got the Neo Zeon. So here it is without the fuel tank legs. After that, facing off with the Unicorn, but really nicely built and detailed. I mean, just for the size of this kit, just, I mean, like, this is obviously really nicely painted and detailed and everything. I mean, just painting this kit anyway is going to be impressive just for the size of it. I mean, it's a big kit. So, I mean, you can see like the custom scribing and everything that went on to this, especially here on this big, massive backskirt. Backskirt piece is like this big, just that one piece. It's huge. So, I mean, it takes a ton of work, and I can imagine a ton of paint as well just to paint this thing. Yeah, but it's huge. Here's the Shinanju that's inside of there. And I love the fact that it's in a little bit different color red. That's how it's supposed to be. And sometimes you'll see it, like you don't see painted builds of this all that often just because, like I said, just because it's such a big and difficult kit to build and to paint up like that. So you don't see it all that often, but when you do, sometimes you'll see like the Shinanju and the Neo Zeon just like I kind of painted in the same color. But I do really like this, like kind of how it's like supposed to be, quote unquote, with the Shinanju being more of a red and the Neo Zeon being this kind of darker maroon color. It makes for a really nice just kind of color combination there with the two of them, giving it that kind of like two-tone red kind of a look. But a lot of really nice photos here of this Shinanju, which looks great on its own there, the HG Shinanju. And then here we can see a bunch more images of the full Neo Zeon with the fuel tanks, with the Unicorn and Banshee down here as well. And the Shinanju, kind of everything all laid out like that. I can imagine a very difficult kit to photograph as well, just because of the size of this. You have to have a huge setup to be able to get this like all in frame like that. So yeah, that's really impressive. Very cool. And we got a couple of builds left here. It looks like we've got a final battle version of the Banshee Norn here, the Awakened Banshee Norn. This is in 1/44 scale. This is the HG kit. You can kind of basically tell a lot of times, especially I feel like maybe it's more difficult, I don't know, with the Unicorn. With the Banshee, I don't know, it's very easy to like recognize the legs in particular of the HG kit. They just look so much more bulky. But it looks great with this sparkly inner frame, or a Psycho frame, which I wonder if that's the Psycho frame. It looks like the version GFT, so the Gundam Front Tokyo, which is now a Gundam base there, but originally Gundam Front Tokyo, I think is maybe the set that this comes from. So the Psycho frame is like a sparkly green, and the Unicorn was going to be a little bit different. We'll get to that, but he even custom made some parts here for like the destroyed leg and everything. So that looks really cool. It looks very cool there with the sparkly green Psycho frame. All right, then we've got the Unicorn Gundam here. This is the full armor Unicorn destroy mode conversion, but obviously the crystal body. Now this is in 1/44 scale. There is a 1/44 scale model kit of this, which I'm gonna guess is maybe what this is based off, but I'm not sure. It's definitely done a little bit differently. You can see all the crystal body is all just epoxy putty here, just sculpted and then painted like that. So, but what I'm wondering is if he used the actual kit and then just instead of the clear parts, he just made these parts here out of epoxy putty, or if he just took just the regular kit and just cut it up, which looks like is probably maybe the case. It's the latter one. So just cut up the regular, what's the 1/100 scale? No, 1/44 scale. So yeah, maybe just cut up the HG kit and made all the crystal body there on it. I think honestly, like, it looks good. I think the kit actually kind of looks a little bit better just because how like the crystals look on it. I've seen like custom builds of the crystal body Unicorn a lot, and I think it's just a look that's really difficult to like take like how it looks in the anime and make it look good in model kit form, it's very challenging because I've seen a lot of different custom builds and they always look like kind of not quite right. Like this one, I think ultimately looks a bit like some blue hair or something. I don't know, some like monsters kind of blue hair and not like a crystal body, like how it's supposed to look. Honestly, I think Bandai did a really good job with the model kit version of it that they made. I think actually it's probably one of the best versions that I've seen of the crystal body compared to a lot of custom builds. All right, I think this is gonna our last one here. No, not quite, but you've got the 1 in 44 scale version here. This is the HGUC, again, of the Final Battle Full Armor Unicorn here. Got one more of those, which I feel like we already saw a couple of these, didn't we? But here's another one. This one does have a little bit of two-tone for the white armor, which is a little bit different from kind of how you normally see the unicorns, because it usually doesn't have that. But someone's gone for the kind of RG look on this. I'm guessing that this book maybe came out before the RG existed, or just, I don't know, it's kind of an interesting choice not to include the RG in here. But I think this was released before the RG. That's maybe why. But this one is our last one here. It's the HG Banshee. Once again here, the Banshee Norn in Destroy mode in HGUC. And it looks awesome. Oh, kind of interesting two-tone colors for this one as well, for the armor, and some interesting like kind of slight modifications. I was saying earlier there's not really going to be too much like kind of custom work in here, but there's some interesting custom work done on this Banshee here actually, just to finish out the Mook there. But yeah, that's our last build. And then we have a section here at the back, which is going to be a bunch of line art, which is awesome. So over here, we've got the Full Armor Unicorn in Destroy mode and Unicorn mode, line art for those. A bunch more line art here of the Banshee's head, the destroyed leg, of the Banshee Norn in Unicorn mode and Destroy mode. Love all this line art because it can be very useful for testing out custom color schemes. So the Kshatriya repaired here, details of the Kshatriya repair, the weapons, details of the binder. We got the Jagan Echoes type, the Kshatriya Besarung, the Justa Cannon, the Rosen Zulu. So line art of the mobile suit and then some detail line art as well of all these, which is pretty awesome. And I think that is going to be it. At the end here, we've got our credits page and we're done. Okay, so yeah, a lot of really great work in there. So it's definitely going to be a book which will certainly be coming in handy for me working on my GBWC entry for 2024. I'll definitely be keeping this nearby. I also want to try to get my hands on the Mobile Suit Archive book for the Sunanju. I don't have that. I have like the digital scan files of that. I would like to have like the actual book. So I'm going to see if I can find one. You can find them online. They're kind of expensive though. But yeah, I may try to get my hands on the Mobile Suit Archive Mook there for the Sunanju. I believe there's one for the Unicorn as well, which I don't think that I have. I may try to get that one as well. We'll see anyway, but that's it for this Mook review, which means it's the end of our Mook reviews for 2023. Thank you guys all so much for checking this one out. If you made it here to the end of the video, leave a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed. I really appreciate all your guys' support. Thank you so much. Leave a comment. Let me know what were some of your favorite builds here. There's a lot of really fantastic builds of the Unicorn in particular. There was quite a lot, and some other really awesome mobile suits in there as well. So I do really like all the Zeon Remnant mobile suits are always really cool. Anyway guys, if you want to check out some more Gundam models, you can check the link in the video description to USA Gundam Store. That's going to be it for this video guys. Thank you all so much. Until next time, I hope you all have a great day. Bye guys.